Dear Mr. Fantasy Baseball. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode number 5.
Wow.
If you can believe that. 5. My goodness.
Almost off one hand, baby.
Sure. There we go. Welcome back. We are moving on. It is, believe it or not, over a quarter of the way through the season.
No kidding.
Hey, believe that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gone by
I
fast.
guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you start late March. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah.
Teams have almost played 50 games. So, anyways, Pete, how's it going, buddy? What have you been up to?
Going well. Well, you know, my wife and I have, we have an 8th grader daughter, 13 years old.
Okay.
She's involved, as you know. You've taught her before. She is
quite well.
Has loved going to volleyball. So she is bought into the whole volleyball thing. You pay loads of money to have your kid, go in these, not rec leagues, but
She's on a club.
club team. Thank you. So,
Sure.
so along with this club season, which runs January to May, it just kind of finally wrapped up. You do these tournaments. Some are in town, some are out of town. We were in Santa Clara for the whole weekend a couple weeks ago.
We don't really live near Santa Clara.
No, we don't. So
Funny.
we had to spend the night and yada yada. So anyway, so the tournament, a couple tournaments before Santa Clara was up not too far. It was actually, you didn't have to spend the night. We just went for the day. But there is still an admission fee for these tournaments on top of what you pay for these club teams.
I experienced that and I couldn't believe it. I went to watch a kid
Ridiculous.
play baseball and they were like, okay, that'll be $5.
5. I went to a high school baseball game. It was 12. It was $12. So anyway, it's a racket. So we pull in the parking lot. It's early Saturday morning, and daughter runs in first, goes in, warms up. We park the car. We go walking in, and I'm like, oh, how much is it going to be today? So I kind of stand in there. All right, look at the price, and it says clearly $10 for senior citizens and $15 for adults. I'm like, God, 15? Okay, times 2, $30. Okay, all right. We're going to be done. It's, by probably 3 o'clock. We're there. Well, maybe it's like 4 o'clock. But anyway, $15, it's irritating. It's like seeing a whole overpriced movie. So I have my $30 ready to go. I actually have cash.
Nice.
And I go up there, two adults, and she looks at me, and she's okay, that'll be $20. $20. So I'm kind of like slowly getting on my 20 because I had a 20 to 10. I had my $30 ready to go.
Look at you.
$20, and then it all as I'm calculating this in my head, I'm like, damn. Does she think I'm a senior citizen? And my wife, meanwhile, was like, okay, great, thanks, bye. And I'm walking away, and my wife's dragging me away because, of course, I want to say I'm not 65. Or even 55.
Well, no, that was my question. Of course, is what was the range? It didn't mention a range,
no,
right?
of course not. So AARP starts at 55, I guess, but don't you retire? I don't know. I'm in my early 50s. I'm not.
We got to let's be honest.
Just
you're not.
Yeah, so my wife's dragging me away. She doesn't want to pay any extra money, so she's thrilled. She doesn't care if someone told her she looked 80 as long as it was cheaper. So I'm just like, God. So it's just eating at me the whole time. So much after, I just couldn't get over it. So much so after the first match, I'm like, I just want to go over to this kid because, it's like a young 20-something-year-old, and I'm just like, look, I don't want to make you feel bad. I'm just curious. You charged us $20, which is great, but not that I wanted to be charged $15 a person, but what's the age thing? And if she, maybe it was 45. I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not. But so just ate at me. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, great. It's cheaper, but
did you get clarification?
No, my wife wouldn't let me. She's let it go,
okay.
let it go. She's like, no, because I didn't. It's like, they don't need me, some old man going up there and then exactly
yelling at clouds. There you go.
Exactly. So anyway, that was my.
That is.
It just ate at me all weekend. It's like, geez, I don't think I look that bad. I'm dressed like a 55.
That is a conundrum for sure. Because I'm cheap, so I too, like your wife would have been like, yes,
boom,
but
let's go, perfect deal.
And as a person with gray hair,
well, I have zero hair, but it's like, look, I'm not super fat, a ton of wrinkles, but anyway. So anyway,
That's pretty funny.
Thanks a lot.
Good work. Yeah, the good old club volleyball entry fee.
Self-esteem.
That's great.
But you know, when I'm some people are overly carded at the grocery store for alcohol.
Yeah.
And that, I'm thrilled. I'm like, hey,
yeah,
here it is.
Of course.
Oh, we have to, if you look at least 30 years older, you have to still, be carded. So.
Oh yeah. That's so funny. Whatever.
A lot of joy out of being carded for alcohol.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. Well,
Yes.
next up is the season. It's not a recap. Would it be update? Season update.
Season update. How's it going in each? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's it going for you?
Good. So we play in a points league, Keith and I, well, it's going great because I'm in first place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly like. So our very good friend is in dead last. It's a 10-team league, and I was just calculating it. I think on our little text thread, I said, question, 611 points. Or I said, answer, 611 points. What's the question? And I said, how far is Pete ahead of Kay? So it was I got crickets on the line.
Yeah,
but I was excited. So yes, I'm doing quite well.
What would you attribute your success to?
I was just gonna say, I have a lot of my pitchers are getting wins.
That's huge.
Scooble has been very helpful in the pitching department. Getting a lot of wins, not a lot of losses, high Ks. Who else do I have that's getting me Ks? Back to that, I said, but offensively, Josh Naylor's been helping me out very well. Jose Ramirez. Ketel Marte. These are guys that have just been kind of rock solid.
Yeah.
When offense has been, let's face it, hard to come by. So
Yeah.
I've just been kind of lucky. I've just been very steady, I have to say. So, and then I have another categories league I play in with a cousin of mine, which is kind of fun. I've never done a categories league, and it's been fun, and that's been fun too. And I'm doing okay. I'm figuring that out. I like total points. I prefer that, but categories is kind of fun. You learn a lot of stuff. I'd recommend it. Just trying it.
Interesting. All right. For you. Cool. No, my team, which I have a team in this league as well.
You've caught fire the last 2 weeks.
Thank you very
you
much.
Were like
yes.
in ninth, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, you're like in fourth.
I'm in fourth place, baby.
Yeah.
Climbing up the ranks. Well, let's see. I have 2 closers that are actually closing. That helps.
But you had your minimal saves at first.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Munoz from Seattle has gotten you, and then he was getting 17 points in because he goes multiple innings.
Yes, he does. And then Seawald's finally back in, and he's just great. So,
yep.
So those 2 have been very helpful, and then also, my pitchers are starting to actually get wins, which is great.
Well, you have somebody who just got 4 steals in one game.
Oh yeah, that was nice too. Yes, that's Ellie De La Cruz. Yes.
So he's incredible. He's you know what he's on track for? Stolen bases by the end of the year.
We texted about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like on loop. I don't want to say Ricky Henderson.
No, of
But
course not.
he's like 110 or something like that.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yes.
He's great, dude. He is so fun to watch.
With that said, though, you took the good with the bad.
Yes.
What did you get just yesterday?
I got -4.
Which you call the golden sombrero. -4.
4 strikeouts.
4
4 at bats, 4 strikeouts. So
Yeah,
that's
and-
-4, which is a tough one for us.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yes, absolutely.
But
Anyways,
it's funny. So -4 that yesterday, but then that high steals day was 14 points.
No, I think it was 18.
Oh, was it 18?
Because I think he had.
Okay, so a difference of 14 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So between 2 days.
It shows. He's doing great. All in all, I cannot complain. He has definitely done better than I thought he'd do. So with that, then we did our season updates. We're getting into. Wait, we haven't even talked about what the
category.
actual,
What do we do?
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
we're doing. Well, we went round and round, but we settled on disappointments.
Disappointments,
Thus
which
far.
to me is Keith was talking about doing busts, and to me a bust is someone I would have washed my hands of, I'm done with. I don't see them coming back.
Yeah.
Whereas a disappointment is someone we drafted in the first 3-4 rounds that we think are going to do well, and I'm going to keep the faith. So I'm going to call my players, or we're going to call them disappointments.
There you go.
But keep the faith.
Yeah.
So unless there's a crazy trade out there, because the people, of course, are going to try to pepper you with, trades, try to lowball you.
Yeah, well, buy low candidates. Sure, there you go.
So I would.
Yeah.
I would
and
stick
real quick
course.
before we get too far ahead, you actually were involved with a trade.
I was
in our league. Yeah.
A
A pretty important trade, actually.
I did. Yes.
Yes,
I
you
should
were.
talk about that. Yeah. So
Who did you trade? Who did you get?
Sure. So off the waiver wire, I kind of pulled off. Well, I picked up Ranger Suarez, who's been fantastic. I mean,
he's
arguably the best pitcher in baseball this year.
Absolutely.
With the most
If
points.
you gave out your Cy Young, you give it to him.
Right now,
in the NL.
true.
Yeah.
And we all have rode the Ranger train at some point over the last couple of years.
Yes.
And we all know that he's overachieving. So, of course, I'm trying to take it. Well, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to watch him. He's pretty lights out. But
he is. No, he is. So I took advantage of his high start and contacted the guy who's actually just either second or third place.
That was the thing. I was like, a trade between first and second place.
And so
spicy.
I found a buy low candidate. I have the Pete Fairbanks, the reliever on Tampa Bay.
Absolute maddening.
It's just, so it's like,
you never know.
He's great when he pitches, but then he's got a blister and he's out, he's in, he's out.
Or they're doing a little mix and match.
Yeah, it just gets old. So I wanted to kind of lock in somebody with someone with that closes every game, even though he's not had a great start to the season, only because his team has been so terrible. So I traded Ranger Suarez straight up for Josh Hader. And the friend that I traded him with has a multitude of relievers, and he was saying 2 weeks in, he's like, who wants Hader? He's driving me crazy. I'm done. But really, that's really the Astros to blame.
Yeah,
I think, or a lot of it has to do.
Well, you watched him against the A's. I mean, he was throwing 99 and like filthy. So I mean, it's not like
it's like one of those guys. It's just like he would be a perfect someone that you would. Slow starter, but you believe in, you hang on to.
Sure.
But I got him, so that was
you got him for basically nothing in a sense.
Because inside,
since you never
waiver wire thing, yeah. So anyway, you're right.
Very cool. Yeah, no, big trade in our league, so that's cool. So on to our disappointments. You mind if I go first? Maybe
Please do.
Okay, I'll go first since I got my guy all up and ready. This is a guy that I know you liked. You have quite a history with. I picked him, I want to say maybe 5th round, 6th round.
Sounds about right.
Manny Machado. And Manny's not doing that great this year. And again, the only reason I bring this up is because, again, we're a quarter of the way through the season. It's like, okay, what's if you're going to start to turn it around a little bit, you would have by now, and he has not. And it's just like, I don't know what's going on. They're 500. I don't think they've found their identity. As far as a team, he's just he's had those years where he's been just. By the way, real quick trivia question: how many years has he been in the league?
Baltimore, LA, San Diego. I would say my guess would be 2017. So we're working on about, 8 years? This is his 8th season.
13.
Wow, no kidding.
13 seasons.
Wow, he was with Baltimore a long time. That's true. So what is that? 2011.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was looking at I was looking at stats right here. So he started in 2012, and there you go. That's 13 seasons. So anyway, yes, trying to and again I think with any person like him. He's got the proven track record. We're not talking about one. We're not talking about one season, which we'll get to that. But it is hard when you're chasing a player and you're chasing certain stats, especially at like a position like third base.
Yep.
And that's where it's like you've got Jose Ramirez. I mean, talk about set and forget it. It's like there's nothing to even like question or look at.
And he was a slow starter. And he's already at 3.6.
Oh gosh,
So to speak to Machado, 2 years ago he had a phenomenal year. So I.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. Apologies. We'll take that out in post.
No, yeah, sure.
So I had Machado last season, but it's because I drafted him high because of his 22 season.
Yes.
And he was phenomenal in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
32. And he did not follow it up.
Yeah, 32 bombs, 102 RBIs.
So he's my third baseman. I love him. I don't like him as a person because of
sure, yeah.
Well, I'm an A's fan, so he had some shenanigans with throwing the bat in an Orioles A's game. He stepped on the back of Achilles. He was on the Dodgers running down first base, that Milwaukee first baseman.
Yeah, he's had some.
But he's actually toned it down in San Diego. And,
he seems to have settled in. And
he's
not trying to
mature a little bit.
I'm assuming, but he's. Not off to the start I was really hoping for.
No, but he's a perfect. You're right. He's a perfect guy that you just stay the course. I think he finished last year at 2.8 points. So 3.2 down to 2.8. It's not horrendous, but he still has a way to climb this year.
Yeah, I mean he's batting 224. He's got 21. He's like, let's see how many, 5 home runs. It's like 2 stolen. Is he a stolen base guy at all?
No,
really?
not really. But more. He should have more because of the whole.
The new whole thing. But he is slugging at 341. So
What's he hitting to? What?
224.
224.
So we'll see.
Padres are always such a weird.
Yeah, and
right on
that
500.
ballpark too. But then again, he's had good seasons there. It's like, yeah.
He'll be fine. And remember, he's coming off that injury.
Yep.
He had surgery. Was it?
I believe so. Yeah, maybe.
Neck.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll check that up in post. Really. Don't worry about it. All right, who's your first person, my friend?
So my first person was my favorite person to draft, and I brought him up in past episodes. I mean, my guy, and I just loved him because I think he was at 3.8 last year, and again, someone that I was lucky to get with my fourth pick, and that's Corey Seager. So Corey Seager's off to a very slow start, and it's funny. All these guys that we're bringing up are all in like the cumulative 80 points. Machado, Seager, they're all. I think you said 85. Seager's at 89 points. Yeah, hitting 247. He's got 5 home runs, but he's averaging 2 points right now. 2 points, insane. And he is a 3.6. He is somebody. He can go into this kind of a slide, and I will never sit him. I won't. I just won't. Yeah. I don't know if you could say the same thing with Machado, because again, just like Machado, Seager has this ridiculous track record over the last couple of seasons. Oh, yeah. His only thing is if he stays healthy. Yeah. But when he's healthy and hitting, he's unstoppable. So that makes me maybe think maybe he's just not healthy or something. Something's bothering. Maybe he goes. So he's somebody as bad as it gets. I will not sit him. So advice to people that are watching, if anybody's watching, probably just me and you, is hang on to him. Unless somebody gives you a ridiculous trade offer, he'll, in the end, when everything shakes out by the end of the season, because this goes till through September, he'll be at 3.0. I'm 100% confident.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I like, too, by the way, the funny thing is we just went to an A's game, myself and Peter, and, as much as he's been struggling, who hit the 3-run home run to beat the A's?
Bottom of the 8th, that was brutal.
Corey Seager. So.
2-0, we got this. Hang on, bullpen.
Yeah. There was a base up. There was a base open, but that's okay. All right. Well, with that, on to my next disappointment thus far. And this person, I think, is a little different in that when I drafted him, you were kind of like looking at me going, what are you thinking?
A little high. Yeah.
A little high.
There was other guys out there that I would have taken, and we have a little side bet on that. Yeah.
Sure.
So go ahead. Who's your
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And here's the thing. It's like, thus far he's got 4 home runs. He is actually batting 285, but, just 20 RBIs. His slugging is like 395. It's just nothing going.
Is he batting third in that lineup?
I want to say he bats second a lot.
Okay. So Springer and then him. Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, it depends on, I think, the matchup. Yep. But, I mean, the thing with me was, I'm chasing that season he had where he hit. Yep. I mean, do you remember that? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was like 4 years pre-COVID, I think.
Yeah. It was 2020.
So
2021, and it was, he had 48 home runs.
No kidding. That was 3 years ago. Okay. I thought I would have guessed further long ago.
Yeah, 111 RBIs, and his on base was 401.
That's incredible. That is crazy. You run base 40% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. So for me, I'm chasing that, obviously, but yeah, and it's funny, he's still only 25.
But he didn't come close. My thing is that he hasn't really come close since that.
I know, and it's funny, we say that, he's had 32 home runs, 97 RBIs, that's obviously
rock solid.
That's great, but I mean, but then 26, 94, and right now he's on pace for probably like 20 home runs and only like 80 RBIs, so...
Yeah, the team context has a lot to do with it too. Toronto's just been scuffling as well.
No, absolutely.
Can't find any footing there either. But
no.
So the bet was when you said that. Sorry to interrupt. I said, dude, I would have gone Bryce Harper there.
Oh,
over Vladimir.
Well, no, total. I mean, looking back, of course, you know who went. No, this is the reason I bring this up. I got him with 27th pick, 29th, Judge. And to give you some perspective, Judge has 150 points, and Vlad has less than 100 points. So it's just like, and Judge started terribly.
But you thought about that.
Oh, absolutely. But Judge kind of,
he's been.
I had him last year when he didn't do anything. So that was kind of a little stink.
He's only been good in the last few weeks.
I know. He still has 12 home runs already, but anyways. All right, so who's your second person?
My second guy is another infielder, third baseman, and this guy is, he's kind of a notoriously slow starter. He started slow last year, but again, like I say, in the end, I have no doubt things will shake out. I have him on my points or my categories team, and that's third baseman Alex Bregman. Very similar numbers to Seager, also averaging 2.0. You will not find a better hitter with plate discipline.
Yeah, that's great.
He walks more. He's one of only a few players, him, Juan Soto, some others that have more walks and strikeouts. He really is incredible, but extremely slow starter, hitting 225.
Yeah.
Just now at 4 home runs. For the longest time, he was at 1 home run. It was only
He started playing the A's
a week ago, exactly. In that 4-game sweep of the A's, he had 3 home runs in 2 days. So we really had only 1 home run.
Yeah.
And now he's finally at 4.
Yeah.
So he basically had 3 home runs in 2 games to boost him to 4. So again, slow starter, phenomenal plate discipline. He'll be fine. I never, I lied. I did sit him for a tad this year in my slate. It's just, so I believe in Seager a little more because he's got, but I wanted to see a couple games and see Bregman get into his groove before I put him back. And I just set him for a couple games.
Interesting.
I was just tired of his 0 for 4,
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's like, what are you going to do? I mean, jeez.
But anyway, I have no doubt that he'll be right there. Exact same thing happened last year. Super slow April and half of May, and then he was fine.
He'll be in the top 5 third baseman for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Top 3? Top 3?
No.
The top 5.
4 or 5.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Real quick, back to Vlad. Yeah, in fact, I have not stayed the course with Vlad. I picked up Rizzo because I had to, because it was just like, dude, you're killing me.
Interesting.
So, and Rizzo's like, fine, whatever.
He just had his moments, yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
I had him for a minute, dropped him, and
whatever.
Yeah.
But I had to have a contingency plan just because he's been so bad. So we'll see. My question then, real quick, back to Vlad.
Yes.
Do you stay the course with him?
With Vlad?
Yeah.
It's funny. He's somebody I just, because of his 2 subpar since those 48 home runs. He's probably. I'm with you. I probably would sit him a couple games. Okay. Let him get his groove back a little bit.
And especially in our league, we have the luxury of we can keep him and sit him. Yep. We have 25-man roster. We start 12 hitters or whatever.
Correct.
So we have the luxury of being able to keep people on our bench. Whereas some leagues you don't have that luxury.
What's not helping him is Springer's hitting ahead of him, and Springer's having a horrendous year. I mean, he's now 33, so maybe he's on the downside. I'm a big Springer guy too.
Name his college.
Oh.
It's the only reason I bring it up is because it's just you don't hear about guys ever coming from here.
So not Florida, nothing.
No,
Florida? I don't know.
Big basketball program.
Oh.
In fact, they won the NC2A.
Oh, he's from Purdue.
No.
Oh, the other one, Connecticut. He's UConn. He's UConn.
Yeah, he went to UConn. Believe it or not. Yeah, you don't hear many baseball players coming out of UConn.
No, you don't. Interesting. I did not know that. Has a stutter, but he overcame it.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Good story. All right. So with that, let's move on to my last player. That would be Hunter Brown.
Oh boy.
I mean, last year was great. He kind of came in. I think he ended up starting almost 28 games or something along those lines. But he was great. I mean, he had tons of strikeouts. Well,
I was gonna say I love his K9.
Yeah,
K9 ratio is
great,
double digits. 11-ish.
Yeah.
And so I remember you grabbing him like, oh, great pick.
Yeah. No, I thought so too. I think I got him in
I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, he's got a 7 ERA.
Weird.
It's just
part of that Astros weirdness. They'll figure it out. But
I think they'll figure it out. But think about that pitching staff. It's like you got Christian Javier, who just the wheels fell off. Then you got, the one guy this year who threw the no-hitter out of nowhere. It's like
they got busted for
gets busted for sticky stuff. Yeah,
someone named Verlander, who's I think will end up being fine. He's just.
Well, okay, that's my question then to you. Do I stay the course? And again, we have the luxury of keeping guys, and even if I haven't pitched him once this whole year, do you stay the course with him?
It's a matchup thing, but the Astros are going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They, if you watch them, they're 1 through 6 hitters. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez, Bregman.
I know.
Forget about it. I mean, they're going to be fine.
So for now, maybe I just start in Anaheim.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Chicago,
in Seattle.
The White Sox.
White Sox.
Absolutely.
But for now, it's just been pretty fun. I haven't even played them. just sitting on them. So we'll see.
You have to. They'll be fine. The Astros are going to be fine. Yeah. As much as I hate them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, who's your last disappointment?
Last guy, someone you had last year, and I was wanting to draft this year because of the whole outfield issue. It's just pretty
scarce,
shallow.
Yeah,
and it's just like if you don't get these 5 certain guys,
you're
going to be waiting on somebody. And my issue is, had the shoulder issue, but it's Corbin Carroll, who was ridiculous last year. Who you could speak to that?
I can.
Do you know what he's averaging this year?
I would assume like 2.3.
That would be great. He's at 1.9.
Oh.
Do you know what his average is?
His batting average?
What is his batting average?
Well, I mean, it's got to be like 240.
Sure, that would be great. He's under the Mendoza line. He's hitting 191 as we speak.
Wow.
He's hitting 191. So something's up. So I don't know if it's, mechanical or physical with his shoulder. They've moved him up and down in the lineup. He was hitting leadoff for a while. They dropped him when he was scuffling.
Have you noticed, has his strikeouts risen or anything like that?
I think that's pretty consistent. Staying again 85 points, which is right in that 80 range. Like, that's super underachieving. Yeah. Only 2 home runs. He was second last year in triples. This just happened yesterday or the day before. He's second in triples last year at 10. He just hit his second one yesterday. So who knows? But kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And because talk about a guy like last year, I was just waiting because as a rookie, you're assuming someone's gonna have some drop off. Never did. Yeah. Kept it going through the playoffs even. I mean, he was so good. So I don't. Yeah.
So
this one's
up
weird. I mean, very weird.
He's not just scuffling at 225, 230, 235, 191.
Yeah, he'd fit in the A's.
Hey. Be nice. But again, with that said, I am not trading him unless you get a ridiculous offer.
Yeah, I mean,
so stay the course.
Okay, yeah.
Sit him until he gets.
Oh, even sit him.
1.9.
Oh yeah, geez. I mean, that's terrible. That's weighing you down.
But now that he's triple, he's running. So maybe put him back in. But I mean, there's only how many zeros and negative points you can take after you're like, I gotta try somebody else in here. So
interesting.
But all these again, slow starters, not busts. Keep the faith. It's gonna work out in the end.
Stay the course.
Nice. Again, unless you get a ridiculous offer.
A Josh Hader Rangers Suarez offer. There you go.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty good.
Who would you rather have?
You know what? It's hard because you needed. That's the other thing. You needed a reliever, right?
I did.
So that's the other thing aspect of that trade. It's like, Ranger Suarez is unbelievable, but you needed a closer,
right? And so I did. I took advantage of his ridiculous start.
I mean, he's I think he's 9-0 with a sub-2 ERA.
Sounds right. He won last outing.
He did. He wasn't.
He pitched 5 innings.
Yeah.
And, he wasn't lights out or anything, but.
He's pretty impressive though. You watch just compact little lefty.
Is this the year of the Phillies? Zach
Wheeler. Yeah, they are so good. They're fun to watch too.
Rangers Suarez,
good.
Christopher Sanchez is decent.
Yeah. What crowd's better, the Phillies crowd or the A's crowd?
Come on. I can tell you who's mean. I can tell you one boos Santa Claus and the other doesn't do that. Because no one's really there.
Hey, by the way, at that game, which we had a awesome time.
Well,
so much
your
fun.
daughters went to the first.
Yeah, my daughters went to their first game, and my littlest got a baseball. So that was super sweet.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so
that was nice.
All right, well, you ready to finish it out here, my friend?
That's it. How long
are we outro? Yeah, we're doing well on time. I think we're doing good. So, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dear Mr. Fantasy Baseball.